What's going on, ladies and gents? Welcome back to another SLA video. Guys, it's been a slow time right now. A lot of us are doing other things, playing Resident Evil, for example, on my end, having a blast. Please make sure to join the lives on those. We're having an absolute blast playing that game. But I do obviously love SLA, and I'm here to talk about a problem that we're currently all facing. And I think this kind of is going across the board for everybody. Now, there's a couple really good things happening. I don't want to take away from the good things that are happening. Next patch, we have a massive change occurring. If you didn't check out the last video, and if you didn't check out the dev notes, they are introducing a brand new system for artifacts, which is going to revamp the entire way we look at artifacts and the way we collect artifacts. It is going to become way better than it has ever been. That's a great additional quality of life feature this game really desperately needed to have, and it's being added in. That's fantastic. Now, we also, of course, have ourselves another shadow coming, which at this point, if you've been playing long enough, you probably collected enough points to get yourself ready for the next shadow, and probably get them to general and also boost up a lot of their skills. That's another great thing. Now, here come the problems. Okay, now I'm going to talk about this, and I want to make this clear. This is my free-to-play account. You guys know by now, if you've been watching me for quite some time, I have both the free-to-play and pay-to-win account, and quite honestly, I've never missed out except for one. Take it back. I've only missed one. I missed out on Vulcan's top 1,000 to 6,000 on free to play. I couldn't finish it on time because at the time the game was really difficult. We didn't have everything we needed and it was a lot more difficult. But from there, the top 6,000 was absolutely doable as a free to play player, and that continues to be the case until now. Okay, so as you guys are aware, I've talked about it numerous times and I'm going to continue to talk about it and voicing my opinions. Infusion has come to the game and kind of taken over the spot for everything else that matters. If you don't have Infusion right now, you're going to probably have a hard time finishing content. Damn, I got that. I can't believe that. Okay, so if you don't know what Infusion is, you're brand new. Infusion is essentially a unit that allows you to stack elemental debuffs on an opponent. Once you reach 100 stacks, it becomes a debuff on the opponent for 15 seconds where you can do 150% more damage. That's amazing. So it's become pretty much the takeover situation. And the problem we're facing right now is the fact that every single boss or every single fight that matters is going to require it. Now, originally, I wouldn't care about that, right? It's straightforward. I think it's common sense that they should be doing this because, of course, it's altering the game a little bit on our end, and we're enjoying a different form of combat to some extent, right? Right now, the problem is it's being shoved down our throats. Whether you're pay to win or free to play, I hear the problem across the board. People are upset at the way it's being handled and that it's coming too fast and it's going too fast and people can't keep up. Whether you're spending your money from your hard-earned dollars that you're in at work, or you've been saving up for months because you're a free to play player. Either way, every single person across the board is agreeing that it's coming too fast, and they're not slowing down, right? If you look at it right now, we had, of course, Christopher Reed. Right after Christopher Reed, who do we have? We had Igris, right after Igris, we have Mary, right after Mary, now we have Sugimoto. That's 4 infusers all coming in. Now, with that being said, we have Elena next, right? Elena's coming next, who is also I think she's the assistant to Alicia, if I recall, but she's part of Alicia's story. She's a hunter as well. I believe, yes, I'm pretty sure she's a hunter as well. And so it's gotten to the point where, like, either she's going to be the first break we're going to have, or she's also going to be another infuser. So how do I feel about this, and how do you guys feel about this? Now, first off, I would like for you guys to leave your comments. Let me know if you guys need a break from infusers. And I think also because the infusion has also kind of whooped the butts of all breakers, except for a couple here and there. Of course, some breakers like Soren are still being pretty popular because the support units for water are not that great, and also, of course, like units like Goto, who right now is fantastic, but the problem is the moment Sugimoto comes out, Goto is probably going to be replaced because Jin has a great support. So it looks like we're gaining a class, but we're losing a class, but the problem is we're also gaining that class too quickly. So where am I getting at? So brand new WOBL coming out, hard mode. We all know first off how this works, right? Hard mode's going to come out, the TP is going to be super high, and it's going to require a lot of us to, number one, get a new shadow, which is coming out, so that's fantastic. That'll give us more power. The gem expansion will give us more power, but then there is the whole issue of, hey, how much does TP matter now? As much as it used to before? Sure, but where does it actually draw the line between TP and having the right units? Now, when I say the right units, I mean Infusion. So Infusion, if you plan to finish hard mode, guys, I want to make this clear for everybody now, just so we're on the same page. If you plan to finish hard mode, you are going to need Mary No ifs or buts about it. You're not going to finish hard mode unless you're a massive whale. Like I'm talking about a Leviathan whale who has, you know, insane amount of TP. Even then you might struggle. Right? So if you don't have Mary, kiss this goodbye. Now, here's my dilemma as a free-to-play player, because I play my free-to-play account more than anything else, because I always want to keep it level. I want to keep relative to what's going out there in the world with SLA, because the majority of players are free-to-play players, right? And I try to keep it as consistent and as relatable as possible with my own free-to-play account. Do I think I have a chance in hell to finish this WOBL? To be quite honest with you guys, with how hard WOBL was to this point in normal mode, and where I struggled the most was literally that water team, right? I don't think I'll be able to do it. Now, when I say this, I really mean it, that the hard mode is going to require Mary, at the very least, in my opinion, at A3, maybe A5. So wait, for those who are waiting for Sugimoto and they want to get him, keep this in mind. I want to just make this absolutely clear. Yes, he will probably win the most busted team in the game, but what does busted matter to you and where does it matter to you? So right now, if you get Sugimoto, for example, will his effect matter in WOBL? Quite honest, in the grand scheme of things, if you're going for the top 1,000 to 6,000, it won't matter at all. Will Elena matter? No, because of course she's going to be, if she does become an infuser for light, we're not getting another WOBL for quite some time, right? And don't forget, we're getting a second roadmap in the SLC, so we don't even know what's coming. Is Liu gonna matter? Most likely. So if, let's say, Liu's gonna matter the most in the roadmap, and let's say they do introduce another WOBL, and finally Liu becomes, let's say they keep it as scheduled, he's an infuser, or they change him to a DPS because that's the right thing to do. That Marvel, please do the right thing. Will he matter as well? Again, it depends on what matters to you, right? So here's how the breakdown of the game works, and I want to make this like, I want to segregate this for some people, because there's a lot of people who don't understand what endgame content is. For some folks, endgame content is getting WOBL completed as hard mode, moving over to POS 20, finishing POS 20, getting yourself the frame, the icon, getting yourself the costume, you know, and the titles. Those are, to some people, that is end game content. Majority of end game content people like something else. They like to do POD. Their scores for POD matters the most. A lot of other people will say, forget POD, I only care about guild boss, and guild boss is their end game content. So if you plan to be top end guild boss, so here's how the breakdown works. If you plan to be top end guild boss, you're gonna need every new unit. It's just how it goes, guys. It's just how it goes. You're gonna need to be you need every unit, because every unit brings something new to the table, and every unit usually makes the team on Guild Boss a lot better for that element when they come out. That's just, there's no questions about that. Okay, so if you're gonna be like a top end game player, and I'm going to consider those guild boss people, then you're going to need to whale on every unit, get every unit to minimum A5, and then hopefully you can complete what you need to complete through that. All right, that's number one. For free-to-play players, a lot of free-to-play players don't care about guild boss as much, and they don't care as much about POD. What they care about most is BOT, and they care about WOBL. Right, because that's where the real costumes and real benefits come in to go overboard and actually finish it. So right now, for free-to-play players, we're all in a tough position. Okay, we're all in a very, very tough position. We cannot afford, when I say this, I mean the majority of us, we cannot afford to get every infuser, which means you have to think smart. Is getting Mary a smarter idea than getting Sugimoto right now to finish WOBL? I think absolutely. I think that's a no-brainer, because again, unless they change the way it functions, right now the way this game functions, you don't need Sugimoto to finish WOBL, right? What you need is a water team to get you past the second part of the stage, which is the toughest part. So is that going to make the bigger difference? I think so. So if you're debating, because a lot of people are asking, Payne, what should I do? Should I go for Mary or should I go for Sugimoto? Should I save for Liu? Saving for Liu is up to you. That is like, I'm not going to talk about that, because that is somebody's favorite Monmo character, and that's somebody who, you know, you're obviously been waiting for quite some time, and you want to maybe push him to max. Is he going to be useful? You probably don't even care. You just want him to be a good unit to use, a fun unit, an OP unit, and one that you can just mess around with for a couple of months and then move on with your life. But for those who actually do care about content, I'm being honest with you guys, I think my personal opinion here is this unit's going to matter more. So I'm going to go ahead and summon her again here. I did get her to A0. Okay, I got her to A0, and I think if I'm going to stand a chance in hell, I'm going to need to push her to very minimum A1 or A3. Now, can I get her to A1 or A3? A1, maybe, if I don't fail this 50-50. Let's see what happens. Do I think I can get her to A3? Absolutely not. I'm already screwed on that. I'm already busted on that. My luck has been atrocious there. Okay, we got a couple things there. Let's see what happens here. Okay, perfect. A1. Now, should I stop there? Okay, I'm doing the unthinkable here. I did not want to do this. I told myself, you know what, you don't need to do this, but I have to do this because quite honestly, at A1, everything matters so much more. Everything matters so much more because not only do you increase the water damage taken by 0.6%, you also increase the water overload damage taken. You also increase the winter chill damage taken. Like everything matters at A1, guys. A1 is literally where you need to get Mary to stand a chance in hell. If you can somehow get to the TP portion for WOBL, this is what's going to matter most, guys, is getting A1. Does A2 matter? Of course, water accumulation is going to matter quite a bit, but quite honestly, her full rotation already gives you what you need. So that's not a big deal. This part here, A3, does matter because it increases the water damage by 30%, increases blade sweep by 30%, and then also increases damage dealt to the target affected by winter chill by 20%, increases the water load damage by 10%, and increases water accumulation by 10%. All of this matters. All of this matters. So do you need to get her to A5? Quite honestly, not necessarily. But A3 and A1, I think, are no-brainers. So if you're going to follow my advice on this in any way, shape, or form, it's up to you what you want to do. I think if you want to stand any form of a chance in this WOBL, Mary is a much more important unit than Sugimoto, just because you don't have to finish WOBL Hunter mode. You only have to get past the second stage to finish the third stage, and then once you're done with Sun Janu, you are set for what needs to happen, and that is for you to get your costume, your top 1000, whatever the case may be, right? So guys, make sure you are thinking about this. For those who care about wind, I applaud it. I think wind is going to be the meta yet again. I think they're going to destroy everything. But if you care about WOBL like I do, if you care about, you know, getting yourself through to the top 1,000, 6,000, whatever the case may be, and I think this one's going to be a very long one, you're going to want to go for Mary. I think she's going to be too important. And don't forget, when she's gone from this limited banner, she's not going to be back for another month and 2 months, right? So you're going to miss out on her. So that's my take on it, guys. Again, let me know in the comment sections what you plan to do. I care about WOBL. That's where my account's always been built for. So for me, this is a no-brainer. I think like me not going for her is probably the biggest mistake. So I'm going to go ahead and go for her. But at the same time, it doesn't mean you need to go for her. So just guys, make sure if you are going to be doing this, just think about what you want, where your end game is at, where your mind is at, and what you think is best for your own account. This is what's best for my account, so it makes sense, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's best for yours. So again, please leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.